真っ暗だった未来、一直線だった破滅ルートも今ではこんなに輝いている。これから先どんな困難が立ちはだかろうと構わない。バッドエンドのフラグなんて二人の愛に屈するだけなのだから。
My friends, that is it. We are at the end. Fiend, we are finished the amazing thrill ride that as the Villainess is, the amazing new anime that came and I don't want to say took us by storm, but really made an impression on us. And I think the biggest thing about this anime specifically is just nobody was talking about it, right? Like, this hasn't been, like, really hitting the charts, or, like, the notoriety has been so limiting that even when I see, like, you know, best girl of the week, best boy of the week, you know, they have, like, those anime trend lists and stuff, like, it's just not on there. And it's a crime, because this is one of the best animes of this year. Like, by episode 4, it told a better story than 80% of animes out there, right? It told a complete story in 4 episodes. And then it said, you know, we're going to tell one more story. We're going to complete that. And then we're going to tell a bigger story that loops in the last 2 stories, the last 4 or 5 episodes of the season. And we're going to wrap that up too. Like, this is one of the reasons why I love concise, precise, and intentional storytelling in anime. It's not dragged out. It's not lengthened over, you know, 3 seasons. You know, we're not left on some unsatisfying ending, right? Like so many anime do, right? They get one run at 12 or 13 episodes, sometimes 11 episodes, and they tell a horribly incomplete story, and we don't see the anime for years on end, or we just never see a completion to it ever, right? I love how this anime came out here and said, we have a complete story, we're going to come, and we're going to tell it. And if the author decides to make more, a continuation later, we might see more later, but if not, you finish this story and you can feel complete. I love that. I'm gonna be sad that this anime went away. This is one of my favorite animes of the season for sure. I love the Villainess arc. I love 𝐼𝐼𝐼 as a character. I love 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥 as our main bromance, main character. I love the different arcs that we had with Cedric finally coming into his own. You know, I love seeing the different final, quote-unquote, final bosses with Elephas, right? And, you know, with everything that came onto play. I love seeing 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥 claim 𝐼𝐼𝐼𝐼 as his woman kind of thing. I love seeing that Almond didn't die and they came back stronger than ever, right? I love that 𝐵eelzebub finally, you know, kind of came to terms with kind of like human idiocy, right? Like, wow, what a great anime. And you know what? I'm not going to sit here and be too proud or too manly or too one way to say that I wasn't affected, you know, when I think that 𝐼𝐼𝐼 has faced so many trials and tribulations over the past couple of episodes that you can really feel like her stress level of almost failing over and over again was at an all-time high. So at the moment where 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥 at the end came to save her, and he was like, come here, baby girl. It's all right now, right? You could feel, it was just so perfectly directed. You could feel, see, and hear all the emotion just welt up from the bottom all the way to the top of 𝐼𝐼𝐼 as she broke out in tears as she jumped into 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐽's arms. And at that moment, you know, I could feel, like, I felt all the feelings, right? And I think that's what you can attribute to really great writing, right? It's like I could feel all the emotions, you know, within her, and I could feel all of that, and it really came and welted up. And, you know, for me too, I got like teary-eyed because I was like, yeah, not only did I feel complete, not only did I feel like, you know, like I just witnessed something, but I also kind of felt like, you know, in 𝐼𝐼𝐼's shoes, like I also felt relief. And I was like, that's so cool. And I love when anime, specifically any media really, but I love, when anime does it. I think it just hits different for me, because I'm a big anime fan. Games too. Like I felt this way in like this year. I felt this way in Triangle Strategy, or Xenoblade Chronicles 3, or I felt this way like in other games in the past too, to where like like Miles Morales got me to like break out in tears, right? Like just stupid stuff. But like I love when medias can come and really affect and afflict emotion in you, and I'm like that's what I'm here for, right? I think that's what we're all here for, is to feel something, when we're watching these things that we really enjoy, when we're participating in these things that we enjoy, is like we want to feel something, whether that's anger or laughter or anguish or comedy or hype level, right? Or feel traumatized by things like Chainsaw Man recently, or feel part of like of something bigger. Like I just think that is just so cool, and I think that is what makes this medium an art, is because it really is like something special that these authors and creators and manga writers and studios and things that they pull off. It is an art, and I'm just bathing in it. But I love seeing the conclusion to the story here. I like seeing Elephas being brought back to the right side of things. I like seeing him rip his eye out to kind of save Claude. We find out that the queen was, in fact, the evil 𝐵𝐼TCH. I hated her. I hated that little midget from the beginning. I couldn't stand her. I hated her so much. I couldn't understand why she was such a B, you know what I mean, to Eileen all the time. And it finally comes to find out that the reason that she was this way is because she was using the magic from the Levi's to keep her youth, to keep her young. She's actually a grandma. Like, so I literally wrote down in my note, I was like, I hope once they release the old lady's magic, I hope that she becomes a grandma, and I hope she gets old, because she deserves it. And then I wrote down, she did, haha. And I freaking lost it when she got all old in the reflection. She was like, wah. I was like, yes, you deserve it, you little effing. And then towards the end of the episode, like the wedding part, like right before the wedding, you see her like a little cane, like, hey, old lady. I was like, yeah, I love that so much. Then I like how Cedric finally acknowledged that Lilia is just as evil, manipulative. But he said, I still love you, So I was like, okay, that matters. Now Cedric and Lilia get to rot in prison, which I don't know if that is. I don't know how I feel about that, because Lilia at this point, like Eileen needs to reach some kind of agreement with her, because she's gonna end up trying to come back once again, and ruin her life. So I've said before that she needs to be nixed, but it sounds like she's going to be in prison, but I don't know if that's the right move. I also don't know if that's the right move for Cedric, because Lilia, although Lilia was his fiance, he's more at fault for being a dumb idiot and being manipulated versus actually doing some of these crimes. So I don't know if prison is the right move for Cedric. I really don't feel like it is. I feel like he could still be a very useful vassal for Claude and Eileen. So we'll never know, on what ends up happening from that. But I don't feel like prison was the right move for our boy Cedric. I do think it's the right move for Lilia. I would rather see her. But, I understand imprisonment, under confinement forever. But the good part is it sounds like Eileen was able to take all of her holy power. So that was really good, too. Almond comes back at the end, and then we get to see a beautiful scene of Eileen and Cedric being married, and I think that's part of the best conclusions of the seasons. I feel really complete, I feel really fulfilled, and I'm gonna ride this really feel good high for the rest of today, to be honest. And I don't give a F. I teared up, man. Like, this was so good. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. I want to just, if you made it to this point, I just want to say I really appreciate you for being with me all season, because this was a really niche anime, and some weeks this anime, got a lot of views, some weeks it didn't, but regardless, I am here, and I am sharing an experience with you, and I just want to thank you for sharing the experience with me. It's been awesome to talk to you guys in the comments. It's been awesome to see you guys comment your opinions and thoughts. It's been awesome to see some of you guys say thank you for covering this, because not a lot of people are, which is a crime. So I hope you guys join me for next season where I cover some other niche anime that no one's covering for whatever reason, or another season, or just come back and sometime in the future. Even if you don't watch my content, come back sometime and go on my community tab or a video and just say, hey, what's up? Nice to see you again or something like that. But regardless, I want to thank you so much for being with me on this ride, and you guys have an amazing day, amazing weekend, amazing holiday, and I'll see you guys next year. Peace.